So as you know, we have this section in the kitchen garden that is a real mess, and it's the old strawberry patch, and we've basically been waiting for a suitable time to turn it into this. And yeah, I'm now in two minds about whether we do that or not. I really need the bed space, but the strawberries are turning red. You see? And it's like, oh no! I don't want to give up all these beautiful strawberries that are about to come. Massive weeds in it though, so it will need some sorting out. And it's because the plants are really established now. It's their second year, and there are commercial growers that look at this, beautiful. There are commercial growers that rip out their plants every single year, but I've found personally on a home scale that your second year of production is the best, because if you want good strawberries from new, then they say plant new strawberries in the autumn, so they can get their roots down and get established. They'll survive over winter, and then yeah, you're good to go. And that's definitely what's happened here. We have so much fruit, and these are the strawberries that just look at all these. These are the strawberries that we took so many runners off as well. So, and they were consistent. We had our first strawberries May last year, and they were consistent all the way through October. But they're ever-bearing, so that's what ever-bearing strawberries do. So you don't get as big a yield, but you do get consistent production. And the other lot of strawberries type is June-bearing, so you get a massive production in June. So hopefully, eventually, we'll have both kinds, so we can have kind of a real hit of strawberry season during June, but then have some consistent production as well. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So now I'm dithering, and I'm probably not going to pull these plants up. We have some other places that we can put beds into. It's a shame though. I really wanted to use that wall this time for heat living plants, because it's working so well over here. As I said before, the cucumbers and a few melons that we've got in there. So the radishes are almost ready. They'll come out soon. We've got radishes everywhere. Radish isn't an easy crop to grow in the heat. Not here, it just goes woody really quickly, but these are doing really well. Coming up to size now. So we'll take some of those for lunch. But then behind it, we've got the cucumbers, and the new leaves are doing really well. The frost damage is not too bad now. So the radish will come out and stop shading those in the next week or so. A lot of radish to eat, and then we can plant something else in the front. Might be another crop of radishes. They did really well here, and we'll get some kind of mesh or netting on the wall for the cucumbers to climb up. So yeah, another beautiful morning this morning. But I don't have a lot of time. What I'm going to probably do is just film some of the things I'm doing today, because I don't have that much time today. Let's just show you the progress over here. So yeah, we're back full on sort of renovation. Well, I am. Julian has been all the time, but I can just hear him sawing some wood now. And yeah, I need to be spending 4 days in the house renovating, doing different things. So it's every second counts now out here. So yesterday started, sorry for my shadow, but started planting up this bed. So I'm hoping in a couple of months it'll be, I've planted quite densely. So we've got Sappiglossis, Petunia, Lobelia at the front, quaking grass, sunflowers at the back, pampas grass there. There's going to be amaranth all at the back here, and then over in that corner over there as well. Lupins, more sunflowers, chamomile, more petunias, craspedia, beautiful yellow ball plants, a bit like Echinopsis retro, more chamomile, zinnias. So yeah, we're hoping that this is going to look quite nice. But I'm going to get cracking on, and then I'll show you some of the things that we're doing today. One of the things that I have to do today is we've checked the weather, and we have no frost now, fingers crossed, but it's not forecast. We've got minimum temps of 6 and 7 degrees. So we have lots of plants to plant out, and feels like a race against time now. I've been waiting for so long. So we have these beans ready to go out, and we have a polytunnel full of lots of things: flowers, vegetable transplants, more courgettes, watermelons, melons, oh, you name it, it's in here. Sweet corn, tomatoes, peppers, aubergines, salad, turnips, kale, lettuce, beetroot, rocket, celery, mustard, broccolis, onions, spinach, chard, what else, more beans, more radish, zinnias. So there's a lot. And as I said previously, cabbages as well. And there's things to prick out, so let me try and show you one of the ways that we grow. Here we are. So this tray here is full of cabbages that basically need pricking out and put it into cell trays like this. Celery's took a bit of a batter in there at the front. And this is sort of an after view. The mouse gets a few of them, but this is basil, and they were all originally grown in a seed tray like this. So this is lettuce, and this is how I am space saving. And basically what happens is you prick out a little tiny Lola Rossa lettuce and put it into a cell that then ends up like this to bring them on, and then they become ready and you plant them out, and that's the sort of succession, that's the sequence of events. So much work. There's just in planting everything out there and doing all that, there is probably about 2 weeks worth of solid work here, but that's before we plant more. It has to be in an ongoing cycle. So yeah, it's choosing now what I think is a little bit important for the next sort of couple of days. Do 2 or 3 days in the chateau, then come back in and try and catch up, because that's where we're at now. Everything is just as important as each other. We're in lockdown, as you know, but I firmly believe that we are going to open in July and August. There are people that are sceptical of this, but we did last year, and I think that there'll be absolute uproar in France. So if the cases are dropping, and we're kind of early days for this lockdown now, it's April, as the cases start dropping, and we get to a level that is deemed acceptable, then I think they'll open up, and if people want to come, then we will welcome them. Touch wood, but our family, we're not in risk categories. So we will see how it goes, but I'd like to try and be ready for both. I want us to have at least one room open for June, for the B&B, and I'd like to be selling some vegetables. So who knows? I don't know. It's a juggling act, one I don't feel we're necessarily winning at the moment, but we don't really have a choice. We can't put all our eggs in one basket. We can't go full on B&B, and we can't go full on market garden. We need to be doing both, so that's the path we're going to continue to take. So we're here ready to plant the beans. So all I've done so far is we have a tray full of beans there, and the easiest way, most efficient way, is to actually take them out of the plugs, out of the cells, I've found anyway, make a tray of them and then literally make your drill, your shallow run line. And what we're going to have to do here is, in this bed, you can see we've already got peas. So we have poles there with some string around. We're going to have another pole here, periodically, so about every 8 foot or so. And then same going down the bed. This is all reserved for beans. And we're going to have one row on this side, so we can access via this path, and another row on the other side, which should be the other tray over there. And we have succession planted beans, so we've got some a third tray that is smaller in height, so they're probably a few weeks behind, 2 weeks behind these. When you're generally picking beans, one crop can be anything from 2 to 4 weeks, but generally 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to aim to be planting in succession sowing beans every 2 weeks. Because they're great heat loving plants, unlike the peas. Don't tolerate heat that much. So by the time these peas are done and dusted, which we're starting to get, they're flowering now. The ones in the polytunnel over there, I'll show you those later. They're flowering. We've got them on stew already, so for I think tomorrow's lunch I'm going to be doing a stir fry with some of those. So we've been picking the pea shoots though, not all from every single plant. We don't want to delay them too much, but I have to say, from memory, first time I'd tried a pea shoot, absolutely delicious. And of course, obviously, tastes just like peas. So I'm going to get on with planting these beans. Do it as quickly as I can, so I won't force you to watch me, and then I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so that's the beans planted, which I'll just show you. So again, about 4 to 6 inches apart, and hopefully now there's no frost, these lot won't die, fingers crossed. So we're just going to get the posts in, and then the netting. So that's the beans. So now we are on to broccoli. So now we have the broccoli, extra broccoli, towards the end of this bed planted. So I'm going to go with what seems to be working, which I know will work. The only downside of this, and I hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot with it, is that radish and broccoli are both brassicas. Radish can attract flea beetle. So as partners, they can grow well together, as explained before. However, if we get flea beetle, then it may attract them to the broccoli. So far so good. We have got flea beetle in other places, a little bit maybe there, but that would be prevented with basically putting on a mesh cover. But at the moment we're okay, so we'll just keep an eye on that. So these are the radish. I love radish. So simple to grow, so tasty, particularly when you succession sow like this. So here is radish. This is cherry bell. I'll put the picture up here. And nice little root system, not too compacted, still plenty of compost, healthy plants, and they are multi-sown. So you can see there is 4 radish in that cell. So we're just going to pop those in between the broccoli and get these planted up now. So we finished planting the radishes, and it's 1:30 now, so I'm just coming to see if I can harvest some radishes. Let's do good. We had curry last night, homemade curry. So Julian made enough for us to have a lunch, and we are warming that up. We make a chicken korma and a vegetable curry usually, and we're warming that up, and then we toast some wraps, and usually have some vegetables or salad or something on the side. So I think we've got enough radish now, so I'm going to just put a bit more vegetables in the curry. I think we're going to get some spinach, I think. So let's go and look at the spinach. So we've a lot of spinach here, and it's done ever so well. It was planted last June and July, and then it overwintered. You can see tall green plants here. Overwintered. It's very cold tolerant, this spinach. And basically it has served us really well, but it does like starting to go seed usually in slightly colder temperate climates in May, but it's starting now, as you can see, and when it goes to seed, not quite there yet but almost there, it starts to get butter. So what will happen with these plants is we'll take them out, the chickens will eat them, absolutely love it, and then we have new spinach plants over this direction and further down in this bed here and there, and they'll take over. They should be okay. They're very new plants, so they shouldn't want to go to seed. We're really getting to grips with the succession now, I'm hoping. Maybe we're just with the spinach and the lettuce, but we'll see. But we seem to have timed it right. So the new sowings were done in February and planted out in March, and they're at the point now where we're able to harvest those new leaves. So this week I think this spinach will come out, and we've got just the last bits of purple sprouting broccoli down at the end as well, so those will come out. And then after the spinach is out, we have celery that's still in, chard that's still in. Chard is a super plant, and it's a spinach substitute as well, and unlike the spinach, which will turn a little bit bitter as it goes to seed, the chard won't, and you can get varieties of chard that are very spinach-like, so it's a lot more versatile and more heat tolerant as well, I find anyway. Right, so we'll get some spinach harvested, and then take this to Julian, who's prepping lunch. Hey girls, hey Julian. Okay, so what you got there, Pops? A teddy, a camera,
and a baby.
And a baby.
And the baby's blanket.
Oh, it can video? Yeah. Right. Okay, you're helping Daddy then? So we've potted up some homegrown flowers from seed. We've got zinnias at the back. And we've got petunias in the middle and lobelia at the front. Look, nothing at the moment, but give them a month and they'll be filling out a bit. I'll put them near the kitchen terrace over there.
Mummy, you can't wait till you can't do it.
Whereabouts on top or?
Just where we had them last time, I think, you know, against the shutters. Yeah?
Yep.
Can't wait till I don't have to do work. Really?
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
Has it now? It takes ages. Like when you finish all of the surface, you can do it. You can't do anything, but you have to still weed the beds.
Yeah, well, hopefully not too much with no dig, so we're not disturbing the bed too much, so not as many weeds. What we do have a problem with at the moment is moles, though. Do you want to come and have a look?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember, but at the England house we used to have these holes in the new grass that we'd done, and they were caused by moles. So if you have a look, so what they keep doing, keep coming towards the edge. You see these? Look. Yeah. This is caused by moles, and I think this is because I watered the other day, and then they like the water, which dribbles probably down from the bed, I think, down to the edges and makes the edges a little bit wet. And then, yeah, so every time they do that, we have to just keep stamping them down. And then hopefully they'll stop, and then we'll put some more wood chips down. So, yeah, bit of a problem with moles. So we're in the potting shed, and lunch is over. It was yummy. Julian forgot to put the spinach in the curry. Never mind. Having a nice sort of picnicky tea. We call it tea in England. So dinner. So that will be really nice. But before that, we've got a lot of work to do still. And I've got a couple of hours of potting things on now and just getting generally organised. So I've just seen a lizard go by in the potting shed. And then it's about 4:30. Holly and I are going on a bike ride. So what we're doing... Plants looking sorry for themselves, I should say. So half a tray of borage and then half a tray of kale, black kale. So I'm going to pot all these on at the moment. I want to see, some of the kales are quite nice, but I just want to give them a couple of weeks extra growth. So I found that although we've got some new kale planted out, it is early for kale, but it should do well. I'd like to get established before it gets really hot, because I do like to have kale through the summer. And spinach, as we discussed previously, can bolt. If you get perpetual spinach and then Madania, they're better. But I like to have kale because we like to make juices, and kale is absolutely fantastic in our green juices. Borage I absolutely love, and this was a second succession planting. We already have some plants out in the kitchen garden that have done well and flowered already. But this is borage, which is an absolutely brilliant plant, and it's great for making tea blends as well. And that's one of the things I want to be starting to do in the next couple of months. Don't drink coffee, hate coffee. Really like herbal teas. So, but they have been left a little while, so we're just gonna start to pot these on. It'll be a quick 10-minute job, and then on to the next thing. There's quite a few plants now that are at this stage. These are some of the worst though, and then we've got artichokes, and then we've got lettuce to prick out, cabbages to prick out. So as I said, a lot to do. So I'm gonna crack on now. I hope you've enjoyed this brief snapshot into what I get up to in a morning and the kitchen garden on the weekend. And then I might tag on a little bit of Holly and I's bike ride, but I'll probably maybe leave that till the next video. There is some stunning scenery around us, but I haven't been out into a bike ride like that since September really. So yeah, I hope it's going to be a nice hour or so. So yeah, hope you join us for that, whether it's this video or the next video. And if you like this video, you get any value, any tips, like seeing what we get up to, please hit the thumbs up and yeah, think about subscribing. Bye for now.